Hi friends, this is Yamnath in front of you. Today I am going to discuss a very important topic before you, that is the Indo-US relations. Because America was in the very much news because of the recent process of the election, because outgoing President Donald Trump was not ready to concede the defeat, and while leaving his office, he has imposed sanction on the Turkey over the purchasing by Turkey the S-400 missile system from Russia, and Donald Trump has also given warning to India that India may face the sanctions because India is also going to purchase the same system, ignoring the USA system. So, we will discuss this topic, and we will also discuss the four foundational agreement that India has signed with the USA, because USA has already signed with more than 100 countries this agreement. Because under these agreements, USA will share its very sophisticated technology with its partner nation. We will discuss this for foundational agreement. Plus, I would like to flashback and I would like to give you some details about what type of relation in the past India and USA have enjoyed. So, if we begin from the World War II, and before World War II, the India has set the cultural relation with the USA because Swami Vivekananda has already visited Chicago in 1893, and he was welcomed by the people of America so receptive manner. When Swami Vivekananda gave his speech in the World Parliament of Religion, when he started the speech by quoting the brothers and sisters of America, he was welcomed by so much. So in this fashion, we are having a very cordial relation with America since ancient time. And if we talk during the Second World War, US President FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt, was very much supportive of India's freedom because he also tried to push the British Prime Minister Churchill, because Churchill was not ready to give India a exact timetable when they will make India free. But when Franklin D. Roosevelt and Churchill was signing the Atlantic Charter in 1941, there was a fundamental difference between both the opinion. The opinion of both the people, both the leader of the big nation, was that uh, if we talk about the Article 3 of the Atlantic Charter, which says that self-determination of the nations. So, to provide the self-determinations, Roosevelt personally forced the Churchill that um, you should provide India freedom as soon as possible, because India was very important nation, both of them, the Allied forces, because to contain the Japanese aggression and to stop the Japanese forces from entering to Asia, to entering into India, India was a good platform and base to fight. So in America wanted India to participate in the Second World War. So they tried to win the confidence of the leader of the Indian National Congress so that they can be taken into confidence and so that World War can be started. So in this fashion, the relation started very cordially, and in later on when Cold War began, during the Cold War, in the initial phase, we have a very good relation with America. During the Indochina War of 1962, um, John F. Kennedy personally told the Prime Minister of India that if China will attack second time, then America thought that he would conduct a nuclear strike on the China. It is according to a news source. So we will discuss this all topic also. And next time when Richard Nixon came into power, and the same year the Indo-Pakistan War was fought in 1971. Then our relation was Nixon supported Pakistan, and at that time the relation got worsened further when India signed a treaty of friendship with Soviet Union, thus joining those bloc. And India was also a member of non-alignment movement. So India ignored the neutrality and isolation and decided to join the one bloc. So in the same year, India conducted nuclear test in 1974. In this period, Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India, and USA again imposed sanction on India because USA said that it may lead to the arms competition between both the nations, because Pakistan has also conducted nuclear test in the same year. So there was a possibility that a arms race could start between the South Asia. So in this fashion, India imposed sanctions, USA imposed sanction on India. So we will discuss the four foundational agreement now. Uh, US imposed sanctions on Turkey over purchase of S-400 missile system from Russia, which is a surface-to-air missile system. This is a S-400 system. It is a defensive system which is built by Russia, and it is being supplied to India and Turkey. So the first delivery of the S-400 has already been supplied to the Turkey, but India is going to receive this S-400 from Russia in 2021. We have not received so far. So USA has given the warning to India and also imposed sanctions on Turkey over the purchase of the S-400, because USA want that the deal should be disconnected and Turkey should establish a new deal with the USA, because Turkey is the member of NATO. So being a NATO member, he cannot go to buy the weapons from the other country. In this fashion, a four foundational agreement. Now we will discuss the four foundational agreement that India and USA have signed with each other. This is the fundamental agreement that USA signed with its most reliable partner, because there is a big trust and mutual trust between both the countries. So first foundational agreement, General Securities of Military Information Agreement, GSOMIA. This first foundational agreement was signed in 2002, and the main basic purpose of this agreement is of the protect military information. What information related to the military and its basis will be provided to the America, and America will not share those information with other countries. And the information that America will share with India, India will not share those information with other countries. So there will be mutual trust between both the nations. Second thing is the ISA, Industrial Security Annex. It is the part of the GSOMIA because it was signed in 2019, and in this fashion, uh, private companies is also allowed to share the information with each other, but not those private companies who is not engaged in the production of the weapons. Only those private companies of the government of India and government of USA will be allowed to share information with each other who are engaged in the production activities of the weapons and arms and ammunition. The second agreement, the Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement in 2016, LIMOA. This agreement was signed in 2016 after the first agreement, and the main purpose of this agreement uh, is to secure is to provide mutual logistics support around the world, because it is the logistics means all the stuff and all the luggage that both the country will provide to each other. They provide mutual logistics support around the world. When, for example, the USA aircraft is coming to the India, especially in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea or in the Pacific Ocean, then India will provide its facilities so that they can refuel and they can replenish it. It's mainly to refuel and replenish the fuel, because it is not for the permanent standing of US troops. For example, if India is going through the Japan, then he can use the Guam Island of the USA, because we can use the facilities, logistics of the other country also. The third one, Communication Compatibility Security Agreement, COMCASA. This agreement was signed in 2018 during the 2+2 agreement. 2+2 means with two ministers from the USA and two ministers from India. They will sign an agreement called COMCASA. It is the secure communication. This agreement, which is basically related to the very high profile and very sensitive cases, which are very important. They will be when while their delivery they will not be encrypted, so that third party cannot decode and encode and cannot read it. So it is about this secure communication, means communication cannot be stolen. So this is about the fourth one, the Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement, BECA 2000. It is very few days ago it was signed. So this is about the Basic Exchange Cooperation Agreement. This is about the geospatial data. For example, if India wants to detect the presence of the Chinese forces in the Ladakh and especially in the Himalayas and in the border area. So he can get some satellite picture from the America, because we don't have such type of satellite and such type of high profile technology. So USA will provide the pictures, map and other related information about the presence of the Chinese forces and especially from also from the Pakistan. So this is the very important, because this is from security point of view. Beka maps satellites images GFP sensor missile target it also, because the topography of this northern Himalaya is now we will discuss about the education system. There are more than 1 lakh students are studying in the America, and we have very strong diaspora in the America. That is 3 million diaspora Indian people are living in USA. This is a very good, very large number, which constitute 1% of US population. So next thing we will discuss about the economic relations, what type of economic relations they are sharing with each other. So India's trades, US surpassed China to become the India's top trading partner, bilateral trade $100 billion. So trade between India and US is almost $100 billion, and uh, USA has surpassed China in and became the first number country to have the trade with India, and we have a trade surplus. We have trade surplus with USA, or that is a $17 billion trade surplus with the USA, and we have 53 billion trade deficit with China. So our trade with China is in deficit. It is not good, but with USA we have surplus trade. Like we also have surplus trade with Pakistan also. So we have to reduce the trade with the China, and we have to increase trade with the USA so that it can get benefit also. The next thing we will discuss is that USA presently is the most powerful country, and because the US president influenced the every corner of the world, and so this has been my always favorite topic to teach, and because I have took very big interest in the USA, and because USA and India relation is increasing now, so in this fashion I especially chosen this topic. So we will discuss in the next class the Indo-Pakistan relation. So have a good day.